Why do you have to be so mean and not let me do the way I would need to open it? Because you don't understand what's happening in my head right now.
Danny, we got showings. Hurry up. We got to get to him. Armin's got to leave.
Okay, wow. Now you're going to make me do it, huh?
Just do it quickly.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Payam Ali Podcast. I'm your co-host, Daniel. As always, this is your host, Payam, and out in the back, we have Marv. Marv, you want to yell how you doing?
How you doing?
There you go. And then, oh, nothing from you this time.
I waved. I said hello to everyone.
No, you had a thing going on, but... See, now you just ruined it. All right, let's get into it. So today, these are the topics that we're going to be discussing. So BC tightens mortgage broker rules after $511 million illegal mortgage scheme. That's going to be a good one. I am actually really excited to talk about that in specific because apparently the guy admitted it. Wow. So
Okay.
That's something else. Next topic, Fraser Valley Tunnel delivery under pressure as province revisits procurement. Hold on. Sorry, stop making me laugh. Next topic, Fraser River Tunnel delivery under pressure and province revisit procurement and design. So we'll see what's happening in there.
That's the one that they fired, right?
They've been building this bridge since like 2016 and nothing
not
has
a
been
bridge,
built
it's
yet.
a tunnel.
A tunnel. Next topic, Coquitlam reviews 404 townhome units tied to Park Street's wildlife corridor changes. So we'll see what's happening there too. And lastly, Vancouver commercial real estate investment falls with multifamily down sharply, which is also not surprising. How we're seeing residential fall, and now we're kind of seeing the commercial side fall as well with rental buildings and just income producing residential homes, right? So let's get into it. Are you ready, sir? It seems like it took you a while to get ready.
I'm ready.
It doesn't seem like it. Where's the I'm ready, Payam? You know? All right, so you want to discuss the first topic. So BC is tightening mortgage broker rules after a major fraud case exposes gaps around unregistered actors. The new Mortgage Services Act, coming October 13, 2026, bring higher penalties and stronger enforcement. So, you want to get into the key facts?
Sure.
So here are the facts as they stand. The new Mortgage Services Act is scheduled to come into force on October 13, 2026. BC's old Mortgage Broker Act dated back to 1972 and is being replaced. 1972.
They must have changed it.
They've probably done some changes to it. Yeah. BIV reported that child dowry cases involved about 511 million illegal arranged mortgages over roughly 8 years. Child dowry admitted that the Colon Commissions in February 2021 documents were falsified to help unqualified borrowers to obtain mortgages. BCFSA issued an urgent cease and desist order against Chardonnay on May 29, 2019. 23 connected registrants or licensees faced BCFSA administrative charges. BIV reported that all but one settled with bans, suspensions, fines, and discipline. Maximum administrative penalties are increased from $50,000 to $250,000 for individual mortgage brokers and up to $500,000 for mortgage brokerages. So, what are your thoughts?
What is it? I have a question.
$511 million.
What does this story reveal about the weak points in BC's housing, like the finance system?
Okay, there's a couple of things. The first thing I gotta say is that BCFSA found a very good way to kind of monitor licensees, right? So people that are licensed, but for unlicensed people that are, you know, acting within finances and just mortgages and other sectors as well in the finance world, they don't keep as much of an eye on those people.
Like formerly registered mortgage brokers,
Yeah.
they weren't really, you know, keeping up to who was licensed and who's not licensed and who's doing these kind of.
You don't even know who's
exactly. Like some of these stories you hear, the guy wasn't even a licensed mortgage broker and he's doing this.
He wasn't a licensed mortgage broker.
He wasn't licensed.
I don't think he was licensed.
Oh, wow.
Marv.
BCFSA says he is not currently registered as a sub-mortgage broker.
Since 2008, yeah, he wasn't unlicensed when he was doing this
Yeah,
stuff.
he was unlicensed.
Wow.
There you go. So what are your thoughts on this? Especially the new penalties. Do you think they're going to make any difference in all the fraud that's happening? Just having doubling the penalties?
Well, it raises the cost of misconduct, which is not bad, especially for regulators. They can also recover illegal profits too this way. But it only matters if it's detected. and investigated.
Only if it's detected and
Right.
investigated, yeah.
The real test is whether BCFSA or lenders or like federal agencies have enough data.
Yeah. I feel
sharing.
like this
Because
happens a lot more than you see it on the news.
They gotta start sharing more data with each other. Kind of annoying, like being able to like if they had direct access, for example, to the CRA, which I heard that they were trying to do this to verify T4s on the online portal. You could kind of see like, is this person's documentation that he's giving me real or not, right? If they had that as a request, it'd be good.
Anyways, what do you think this will do to the housing market? Just
Like
as more and more people, well, these people that get fraudulent mortgages, they're more likely to default on their mortgages, right?
That as well,
Just
and it also gives
statistically
buyers to
speaking.
bid on like there'll be buyers to bid with financing, and they should have not been able to receive.
Drives up prices.
Yeah, for sure.
Drives up prices, yeah. And we'll see. We'll see what BCFSA has in stock for us, and we'll see what type of new regulations are going to come out. I think what you were mentioning about what they're doing with CRA is a step towards the right direction, because it's a lot more difficult when you have to log into the portal and show all your
course.
right to actually falsify documents. But we'll have to see what happens
More
with
of
this.
it's a trust story as much as it is a fraud story, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because the housing market depends on confidence in like financing.
And this is just one guy that's connected to $511 million. That's $500 million. It's not a small amount. And it's in a span of what, 6 years?
Yeah, but not all
8 years, yeah.
not all brokers are like this.
100%, no.
There's some really good ones. Like this is some rare occasions that this happens.
Yes. So, moving on to a topic that's been a topic for a very long time. The Fraser River Tunnel delivery. So, BC...
They fired that guy recently.
Yeah, they did fire the company they had originally, but let's see what's happening now. So BC is changing how the Fraser River Tunnel replacement will be delivered after final terms with the original correspondent could not be reached. The provider now plans to retender the work into smaller packages while discussing design and funding questions. So here are the stats as they stand. The Fraser River Tunnel is intended to replace the aging Georgia-Macy Tunnel on Highway 99. The province described the planned replacement as a toll-free 8-lane immersed tube tunnel. The existing Georgia-Macy Tunnel opened in 1959 and does not meet modern seismic standards. The project budget referenced by the province and local reporting is about $4.15 billion. On June 15, 2026, BC announced it had ended the agreement with Cross Fraser Partnership after final construction commercial terms could not be reached. The revised procurement approach splits the remaining work into several packages to attract more competition and local contractors. Early work begins in January 2026, including tree cleaning, utility relocating, and Castaic Basin work. The province says more than 200 workers are expected to be on site during 2026. BC expects the Environmental Assessment Office review before the end of 2026 and major construction in 2027. The province continues to target a 2030 opening date. You know how long they've been trying to build this tunnel for?
So is splitting the tunnel work into multiple packages a smart move or a warning sign? I think it's a warning sign.
I think it's a warning.
The price is gonna balloon.
Exactly is what I was gonna say.
Packages of
Yeah,
price
little
balloon.
packages of price increases. Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna hit the target of 4.15 billion.
it may attract more bidders, but also that's a lot more pricing that's going to be going.
Yeah.
They're saying that it's improving pricing and let local contractors participate, but it also suggests the original commercial structure hit a wall, which raises a fair question about risk, cost, and schedule.
Well, yeah, and when you got too many chefs in the kitchen as well,
Yeah.
that's a headache itself.
So why does this topic keep becoming a political flashpoint in Metro Vancouver?
Well, they've been talking about it since 2016,
Okay.
right? These guys were supposed to do this a while ago. It keeps
Yeah, but I
getting
mean, like,
delayed.
it touches community,
Oh yeah,
good
well, in
movement,
terms of infrastructure,
farmland, regional parks, transit.
in terms of infrastructure, this is something that we've been needing for a very long time, right?
Because like congestion's crazy around there.
It is. It's pretty bad. So I think a lot of locals are going to be happy seeing this come into play. But if they're actually going to end up finishing this and finishing it on budget, which I doubt, right? That's a different story.
So, what should we watch for between now and the end of 2026? Probably nothing's going to happen by then. It says watch the environmental assessment decision. the new procurement packages, any federal funding announcements, and Metro Vancouver's Dees Island process. Also watch whether the province provides a revised schedule or cost breakdown, and those details will show whether the 2030 target is still realistic, which it will show that it's not.
Yeah, most likely. And what they're saying about construction starting in 2027, I still think we're going to be further out than that.
I love how everyone's got a vision for infrastructure, but the delivery is so far behind.
Right?
You see, okay. All right, well, let's move on to the next.
Let's move on to the next. So the next topic is Coquitlam is reviewing a 404 townhome unit project. So this is what's happening. Coquitlam is reviewing a Burke Mountain proposal for 404 market strata townhomes across 3 sites. The project adds family-sized housing, but also reshapes parks, streets, environmental protection. The bigger question is how cities grow while protecting creeks, wildlife, corridors, and daily visibility. Now, here are the stats as they stand. Coquitlam public hearing for the related bylaw was scheduled for Monday, June 22nd at 7 p.m. The package covers 3 applications, Project 23-11, Project 23-31, and Project 21-91. If approved, these 3 sites would allow 404 market strata townhome units. City notice material described the units as 100% 3-bedroom townhomes. The site involves Victoria Drive, Edward Street, in the Partington Creek area of Burke Mountain. The proposal includes OCP amendments, rezoning, and changing of local street network. The city notice says the plan would reconfigure Star Creek Park and Knoll Park and protect a wildlife corridor. Tri-Cities Dispatch reported that the staff identified 3 fishing-bearing waterways and significant black bear activity in the area. Staff recommended a 50-meter wildlife corridor along Partington Creek and south of Victoria Drive, and a 100-meter buffer around the wildlife hotspot near Cedar Drive. The City Dispatch reported that Knoll Park would expand by 1.25 acres. The developer is expected to pay about $19.8 million in development cost charges and community amendment contributions, according to Tri-Cities Dispatch. Council discussion raised childcare demand with an estimate of 72 spaces needed from this project.
So why is this more than a normal townhouse rezoning story? Why are we discussing this?
So the reason why we're discussing this is they have to make a lot of changes.
So
to
the
make,
scale.
So the scale of this project, they have to make a lot of changes. Because
There's a shit ton of trade-offs.
There are a lot of trade-offs. And my question is, with everything going down with the market right now, especially in Burke Mountain, with how much supply there is up there, right? And I think townhomes are there about down 8.5% year over year, right? It's surprising for me that a developer...
But does it fit Burke Mountain's growth pattern?
Kind of. I mean, they keep going up and building.
I guess it serves families if they're making like 3-bedroom townhouses.
It's going to be a very family-oriented
who may not be able to buy a
area.
detached home. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But location still matters. Like getting out of there and back is...
So
anyway.
it's like a 25-minute drive from Coquitlam Center?
Is it 25 minutes from
20,
Burke
25
Mountain?
minutes to Burke Mountain?
No.
Were they building? Not right.
Rush hour, yes, it's 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, rush hour is 25.
But you know what? I found a lot of people love living up in Burke Mountain.
Oh yeah, a lot
has
of people do
its
love it.
own-
No,
yeah,
it's
it has its
beautiful.
own community. It is
and
beautiful.
they're
The
building
view-
like a huge community center up there.
Oh yeah, I've driven by that a couple times.
So what should show our viewers, which are the residents, what should residents watch after the public hearing?
Well, they should see if this project is actually going to go forward or not.
Okay, so if it gets approved,
there are chances it might not get approved because there's so much that the developer has to actually do to get the project approved.
Yeah, whether
Right.
the wildlife corridor details survive into final design.
That too.
Because a lot of people are going to start being like, what happens to the wildlife? Like some of the videos that we talked about Cyprus.
Yeah.
Everybody commented about wildlife. And also how childcare and transportation for all that impacts everything.
That's true as well.
And whether park changes are communicated clearly.
So, what are your thoughts? Do you think this project's going to get approved? Are we going to see another 4
I got to see the public hearing, what they're doing. Like the details determine whether the project feels like a planned growth or just another construction.
Yeah, we'll see. So, next topic. Metro Vancouver commercial real estate investment cooled in Q1 of 2026, with multifamily investment down sharply. Altus Group put total investment at about $1.9 billion, down 14% year over year, while multifamily fell 48%. That's a big fall. So here are the stats as they stand. Altus Group reported about $1.9 billion in Metro Vancouver commercial real estate investment in Q1. Overall, Q1 2026 dollar volume was about 14% down year over year. Multifamily investment was about $185 million, down 48% year over year. Office investment was about $338 million, which was up 45% year over year. And retail investment was about $443 million, down 10% year over year. Industrial investment was at $415 million, down 7% year over year. And residential land investment was about $184 million, down 28% year over year. ICI land investment was about $359 million, down 20% year over year. Altus described investors as emphasizing capital, preserving, and secure cash flow. They cited elevated borrowing costs, condo inventory, and lower residential sales as pressure of multifamily settles. So, what are your thoughts on this?
So what does the sharp drop in multifamily investment tell us about the market? That's really what I'd like to know.
Okay, so once residential real estate starts to soften, which we have seen it soften, right? And rents are dropping too on the other hand as well, it only makes sense that investors are less drawn towards multifamily and like especially development lots.
Well, yeah, but it may mean like pricing is done, financing is gone, development risk is really high, not lining up for investors right now for sure. And buyers still like apartments?
Yeah, I'm not very surprised by the stats that came out.
No, I'm not either.
Yeah, it would only make sense. So,
But I would say it's only going to like, with today's debt cost and the cost of building and everything, I wouldn't be surprised if this stays like this for a little bit longer too. But why would office investment rise
that's
over
also
other
very
sectors,
interesting.
right?
It felt pretty hard for a little bit.
Yeah,
Okay?
because investors are not buying all offices, but they would buy like specifically well-located areas. I could see that.
I can see that too. You know how many empty office buildings are just sitting there?
But if
in
it's income
downtown?
stable, they'll be down.
100%.
Yeah, for sure. And how does the condo market connect to the commercial real estate investment?
Well, when people aren't buying,
Well, no, condo weakness affects land value.
well, that's what I'm trying to say. It affects
Right.
land value. It affects cap rates. It affects a lot of things.
And if and if condo inventory is high, then sales start to slow as well.
You can kind of see
And
it
then
go hand in hand.
some sites that they're planning on doing things on don't become as desirable anymore. They become harder to finance if you really think about it. On top of the fact that everything is expensive.
And also, financing isn't cheap right now either.
Not at all.
So you got to add that cost on top.
Not at all. And inflation went up again today.
There you go. Yeah, that's
Inflation typically goes up in the spring, summer months because
Well, no, inflation is because of cost of gas and food. Those main factors are the reason why it went up.
Yeah.
Nothing else. We're at target. If it wasn't for food and gas, we're at target. Yeah.
But we're gonna see gas prices ease.
No, I think they are easing, but only in condition to them
Them
making this
opening the
deal.
Strait
And
of Hormuz
if they
and, yeah.
start, if a tweet comes out again, all this contradiction and everything, then prices start going up, inflation starts going up.
Which I also wouldn't be too surprised
Wrap it up.
seeing. Oh, you want me to wrap it up?
Wrap it up,
You
Daniel.
want me to wrap it up like the shawarma you had? Thank you again for tuning into the Payam Ali Podcast. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss a post. We talk about anything and everything Vancouver real estate related. And we look forward to catching you guys on the next one. Ciao.